Peace. So, when we're talking about the family, family is very important because obviously we know that civilizations, societies, cities, communities can't exist without a family, right? All the things that we value, like, I don't, it doesn't even matter. Water parks, restaurants, businesses, cars, whatever, pleasures, you know what I'm saying, of life. Um, People had to exist for there to be those things, you know what I'm saying? Right? That comes from a union of man and woman, right? If if the family is broken and destroyed, then we can't have anything, right? If the family is broken, if the family is broken, then we can't have anything. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to bring forth children into broken families because they're going to be imbalanced. Everything in the universe has balance. Everything in the universe has balance. You know, you got a right side, you got a left side. You got a right eye, you got left eye. Right nostril, left nostril. Upper, lower. A right ear, left ear. Upper part of the body, lower part of the body. Right leg, left leg. Right arm, left. You know what I'm saying? Everything is balanced. Male, female, dark, light, in, out, up, down. Right? You got colors, and there's polarities to the colors. You know what I'm saying? Everything has its complement. You know, it's not even an opposite. You know, you can look at it as opposite in position, but they don't have to oppose each other because opposing each other is to be in conflict and war. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got to be able to bring back the the balance and the oneness of the elements in creation. You know what I'm saying? You know, fire is soothed or calmed by water. Water is warmed by fire. Air is air. You know what I'm saying? Earth is earth. You know, one is scattered and everywhere, and one is solidified and in one place. It creates a foundation for you to walk on. You know, we need all the elements the same way we need the proper union of man and woman. You know what I'm saying? And this is important. You know, and I speak on that because I have people in my family that got broken families. As you know, the father might not have been there, and the mother might not have been there. Sometimes the family structure is there, but the communication and the order is not there as well. You know what I'm saying? So that is another aspect of brokenness. You know what I'm saying? That we got to look at. You know what I'm saying? So the family is very important to the development of children. You know, because we creating when we talking about generation, to generate something is to have it build up and to expand. Um, like you generating energy, you building the energy up until it comes to a peak, wherever that peak is for you, and then you apply it to something, whether it's lifting weights, getting work done, developing an idea, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So when we're talking about bringing forth generations and children, there's it's very important. You know what I'm saying, that you take into consideration yourself as a man, yourself as a woman. Excuse me, I got a little stuffy nose right now, but it's alright. Just a little bit. Um, and if a man is not properly developed, not just physically, that happens naturally, but now There's a mental development, because in order to be complete, the body was complete when you came out the womb, basically. It had everything it needed to do what it was going to be, what it was going to need to do. You know what I'm saying? But if the mind stops growing, right, after, high school, or even before that, because, that's not even really any kind of growth and development, really. You know what I'm saying? They're just giving you information so they can run a society. But remember when you were young and you tied your shoes? That was, oh man, that was a height you reached. You started choosing your own clothes. You started writing your own words and all. Those were different heights. And but they didn't have to stop there. You know what I'm saying? There's a development of man that makes a man a man. There's a development of the woman that makes a woman a woman. You know what I'm saying? If we could look at the nature of the woman by looking at her womb to understand to a degree what she has to do, even mentally, and you could say, I don't really want to say spiritually, so we don't get too far out there. You know what I'm saying? But the nature of a woman can be seen through her womb. You know what I'm saying? Because biologically, how she's made up, right? Her physical composition, you know what I'm saying, is also a reflection of her role in reality and specifically in the family. How a man is made up biologically, his physical composition is a hint and a description of what he's supposed to do in his family and in his purpose in life. You know what I'm saying? And what he has to bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? That's very important. It's very important to understand. So a man and a woman are both necessary for a child to grow healthy. I know there's a lot of people out there, whether it be male or female. I've been hearing it from a lot of women because there's not too many families, or maybe I might be wrong with that, but there's maybe not too many families where the father's raising all the children, the mother left. But I know of some, but I know of one. Let me say that I know of two, but there's more families where the mother's present and the father's not present. And a lot of women say they can do it on their own. They can be the mother and the father, and you can't be the mother and the father because you don't have what it takes to be a father. And being a father is not just oh, because I brought money to the house, I could bring money and take care of this child. But that's what society will have you believe because that's part of the programming that's been put on on TV. The propaganda, the program. And a program is something that is put into the mind onto a computer that causes the computer to work specifically in a certain kind of way and produce a certain kind of outcome. So in society, if somebody's telling you that you could do as a woman, you could do it without a man, or as a man, you could raise children without a woman, um, they're actually teaching you to produce a child that is gonna be imbalanced. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you put it, they're gonna be imbalanced. You know what I'm saying? Now that child might eventually come to balance things back out because of their ability to use wisdom, right? Discernment, judge things, weigh things out, and bring back the balance in their life. So when they get into a relationship, that everything is okay. But if that child grows to have that same mentality, I could do it without a mother, or I could do it without a father, I could do it without a man, or I could do it without a woman because of how my mom told me, or because my dad told me, then eventually it's going to produce children that are imbalanced. And we see what's going on right now, where, women are with women and men are with men. You know what I'm saying? And if that's what you do, that's cool, Um, Meaning like if you're homosexual, there's nothing. Nobody's gonna. I'm not gonna disrespect you for that. You know what I'm saying? That's what you chose. That's cool. But pushing that on as if it's a natural place in our universe, and like that's how babies are gonna be born. Nah, that's actually the end of life itself. You know what I'm saying? The end of the species itself. You know what I'm saying? If we're pushing that as a normal thing, and that just you could be that. Go ahead. Or yeah, you could choose that route. You know what I'm saying? Some people say that they're born like that, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna negate that. You know what I'm saying? But if you pushing it like Netflix, I see Netflix right now is really pushing that shit on every show they got, and it looks like from what Dave Chappelle experienced is that a majority of the people in Netflix are homosexuals. I don't know, but he got a lot of flack from Netflix and the people that worked at Netflix for his comedy show, right? But um, I'm gonna step back from that. You know what I'm saying? That conversation. What I'm here to talk about is the union of man and woman and the family structure. If a man doesn't know his role as a man and he's in a relationship with a woman, that can also bring forth imbalanced family, imbalanced children, right? If a woman doesn't know her role as a woman, that could bring forth imbalanced children, right? It doesn't mean they're going to be homosexual. That's not what I'm trying to say. But it eventually brings a situation where um, children are born hurt and children are born dismantled and incomplete, right? Um, I'm gonna break this into another part. I don't want to make a long video about it. You know what I'm saying? But it's something to take in consideration before. I'm gonna break it into parts where the man's role is described and the woman's role is described. But right now, if if I get with a girl, let's say when I was younger, right? I got with a girl and my hormones are raging, her hormones are raging. You know what I'm saying? We like each other, but we don't really know what it is to be in a relationship. Shoot, she might be with me. I mean, that happened to guys and that happened to girls too. The girl get with the guy, and over time she start liking somebody else, and then he's heartbroken. So now he wanna, he hate all these. He's hating having a true relationship with girls. So he just wanna be a pimp, a player. You know what I'm saying? Um, f these hoes. You know what I mean? Thoughts. You know what I'm saying? All this shit. You know what I mean? All this bullshit fed from society. Um, if he knew his position and role, he wouldn't stray from his he wouldn't stray from his function or what he's supposed to do. He wouldn't stray from that because no matter how it's like if I'm a giving person by nature, if I give to somebody and they don't appreciate that shit, that's not gonna necessarily make me stop being a giving person by nature. If somebody comes to me and they really need, I'm gonna still give. You know what I mean? I might have gave to the wrong person at that one time. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't get the appreciation. They actually maybe took advantage of it, but it's not gonna stop me from being who I am, right? The same way, if you feel that you a man, certain shit that you go through is not gonna stop you from being a man. It's not gonna stop you from striving for that. Same thing for a woman. If she get with a man and she's young, she's not properly um, educated on being in a relationship with a man. We know women are very giving and want to please a lot by nature, because a woman is a cultivator. A woman um, nourishes people. You know, she nourishes her child to grow. Oh, that's what you like? Okay, go ahead and do that, child. You know what I'm saying? Let me assist you with that. Oh, you good. Oh, don't worry about that. Oh, you hurt your legs. Oh, your boob, you got a boo boo while you was doing doing your thing. Mwah, let me kiss it. You know what I'm saying? You could do it. You could do it, baby. You know what I'm saying? And she takes that into a relationship in a immature way, and sometimes gives too much of herself. You know, even to the point of losing her virginity to the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? Um, right? So being miseducated or not educated, we come with our nature to the relationship in an immature way, and it can be destructive for us and for the other person too. You know what I'm saying? Because you might have gave too much of yourself as a woman to a man, and the man, he's all over you. He loves you. He wants to give you everything, and then you don't feel the same way because he's not really being the man that you met. Now what? You got this guy that's willing to do every and anything for you, and he's fucking crazy. You know, he goes crazy. I seen some shit like that too when I was in college. For real, for real. When I was in college, um, at BCC, Broward Community College in Florida, and I'm chilling by Building 7. Some people might know that if they see this, if they from that era or whatever, and went to that school. It was on the news though, and it was a black dude, a brother with a white girl, right? And you don't know, I don't know what he went through as growing up, but I'm sure he was definitely 100%. I know he was an incomplete man. He was imbalanced. He brought his his imbalanced self to the relationship, and he ended up coming to the school, shooting the girl in the head. She didn't want to be with him no more. Was what was said on the news. The parents said, "Oh, he didn't want to be with him. He didn't want to be with her. He shot her. He shot her, and then he shot himself." I think he died immediately, but the girl was airlifted to the hospital. Okay, you know, um, I'm not advocating interracial marriage, and I'm not. I defer from that topic right now. You know what I'm saying? But I will say I believe that there's more that we have to do amongst us to complete us as a people. Black people, white people got to complete themselves as a people. All nations of people got to complete themselves as a people first before there's interracial marriage. You know what I'm saying? In a large scale. You know what I'm saying? But I defer from that conversation, right? But that can happen with any race of people, within people within their own race. But the fact was, whatever the girl gave him, he was not able to handle that. He might love that, that gushy, that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff, and um, whatever was going on within him, whatever deficiencies he brought to the relationship, he might have been now giving her too much. And women don't like that shit over time, man. They want a solid, founded man when they dealing with a man, because that's your nature. You know what I mean? The same way your phallus, your dick gets stiff to put in that work. You should be stiff as an individual, not stiff like a stickler, um, too hard, but you should have some principles for creating a good life that you ain't gonna compromise internally for your own self, and then also externally in the world around you as a man. You know what I mean? Right? for a man, he might have sex or make love to a woman, and then again, because she's giving herself so much over time, he feels like it's not as exciting as it was before because there was nothing maybe to offer mentally. It was just like a physical pleasure. And it's kind of like shit, eating ice cream. You might love eating chocolate chip ice cream or whatever, but over time you're gonna be like, oh, I'm used to this shit. All physical pleasures, to some extent, you get used to it, and then you want something different, right? But it doesn't mean you can't. I'm saying that, you know, but I'm also saying this in light of that, if there's more to it than physical pleasure and the physical experience, you can stay in that. You know it's gonna be stronger for a man. It's easier for a man to stay in that relationship if there's more to offer. If he's in his own discipline and has the proper knowledge, also. You know what I mean? So the point is, people are coming to the relationship incomplete, and they're hurting themselves, and they're fucking up other people. You know what I'm saying? On both sides, male and female. The man is hurting himself and messing her up. She's hurting herself and messing him up, and they're both taking the incorrect perspective of each other, and is creating fucked up situations. You know what I'm saying? You know, um, so and this is like this is a conversation for children too, but this is for the adults that have children. You got to stop raising these children to be, oh, your body, you gotta look good, girl, for this man. You know what I mean? Where did he? I went to a restaurant about maybe maybe like 5 months ago. Took my family out to a restaurant. It was a Spanish girl. It was her birthday. This is in Miami, and this is not. I'm not talking about any nationality of people. I'm just being real with what the fucking story was, right? And the girl was 21. It was on the cake. They had a little 21 birthday shit, right? 21, the number 21 on the birthday cake. They were celebrating her birthday, and she was opening up presents. You know what I mean? We were clapping for her when they sang "Happy Birthday." You know how it would go in the restaurants, right? And then I'm looking back. They giving her pres. They giving. I looked back at one point, and they gave her a present, and it was a panty with a fucking thong. You know what I'm saying? What kind of present was that? And I know it wasn't her father that gave her that. I know it wasn't no dudes that gave her that. Shit. It had to be the mother, a auntie, and it was probably only like 6 people there. A young girl. She was 21. There was a young girl than her. Probably was like 12. And then there was like two older ladies. So it was one of them. One of the older ladies gave her a thong, a red thong. What does a red thong represent in everybody's mind once you think about the shit quickly? Maybe she got a man, you know what I'm saying? But if they're educating her to physically be the sexiest thing for him, they're heading in the wrong direction. They should have gave her Queen Afua's book, which I highly recommend for all the sisters. Queen, you know how to spell that. Afua, Afua. They should have gave her that book if they knew about it. And then again, people who don't know raise people who don't know. Another way to put it, hurt people hurt people. You know what I'm saying? Misguided people misguide people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not directing blame to them. There was a miseducation or inefficiency, a non-complete education that was given to their parents. You know what I'm saying? Um, and they pass it on to their daughter. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep this video short. All the war, all the drugs, all the addiction, all the murders, all the disrespect in the music, or the broken relationships, or the broken families, or the struggle for financial wealth, all the stealing and all that shit. It comes from broken families. You know what I mean? You can't sum it up to anything else, because what I want for my children is what my children should want for their children, and their grandchildren, and also for other families, man. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get married, you're getting married to another family. You're not getting married to your grandchildren, and your grandchildren ain't marrying each other. So the other family that they're gonna get with, they should want that for that family if they're gonna create a family. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave that at that, man. That's all I gotta say, and we'll add on later.